time to check my appointment book. Have I been out here since May 10 when I was elected?
Yes.
Okay, so I've already thanked you. So I'll skip right all through that, and remember, the new mantra for going forward for the next 2 years is united we win. And we have a lot of work until we're properly united as Republicans. Let's keep pushing on that. One of the ways to try to unite Republicans is I created actually 4 initiatives. The first one was executed July 26th, an all-day think tank session that ran from 10 to 4. Lonnie was there, Nancy was there. And when I finish, I'd like them to add anything that they think of relative to the 7th District Assembly. And it was meant to build a coalition between every kind of Republican I could think of in the district, and invited them all. I invited about 50 people, and 27 showed up. 22 of them spoke, and I'm going to cover the results of that. The second initiative I have is kicking off here shortly to train all of our units on growing the grassroots and turning out to vote at election time. Chris Doss, who's a noted political consultant from the Leadership Institute of Morton Blackwell up in Arlington, is going to do that for us on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday nights. We have to schedule every Republican committee. I think, did you already get
to us next Thursday.
Next Thursday. I'm going to try to be there. And when it's held, and there's one right away outside of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I would like you, and I'll help you, invite all of the women's Republican clubs in the area and the Tea Parties, so that everybody gets a chance to be trained by a real pro, Chris Doss. The third initiative is, I'm a believer in delegation. I had a fundraising meeting this morning, and people went away with assignments. Not only is it less work for Fred, but people feel engaged, and they have more ideas than I do. So we're going to work on fundraising. But the other thing we're going to work on is drilling down to the lowest level of political responsibility that I'm aware of, called the precinct captain. And we will make sure every county and city has all of their precinct captains lined up, and they will work to train them, either through group courses or through memorandums and coaching of sorts online. And the fourth initiative, although there are people working on it already and from various directions, I'm not feeling that enough is getting done. We're going to try to work with the churches to get the people out of the pews and into the election box. So that's 4 things that I think I can have an impact on over the next 2 years. Now, as to the assembly, again, an all-day think tank session was facilitated by 2 people, professional facilitators. You may all get a copy of the report. Did you get a chance to send it out? I sent it to you late this afternoon.
You sent it too late.
Okay.
I got it, but...
Barney, we get it out to the whole list. It's a PDF, meaning it's a locked-down image file text of 9 pages, and you can go through it. And you'll each have your own copy, even in color. What did we invite? Invited all 10 Republican committees, all 8 Republican women's clubs, all 9 Tea Parties. That's 27 groups right there. None of them had 100% attendance, but we're going to have another one in November, and maybe even more will come at that time. We then went on to invite the pro-lifers, the pro-family, and the pro-gun people. We invited the libertarians, only found one. Russ Wright, I heard his name as I came in, who runs the Rand Paul Club. We invited the college Republicans. They didn't have the ability to send anybody, but the young Republicans did send Michael Wood, and he's the guy who tried to touch base with. And then the Black American Caucus, African American Caucus. They want to have field offices, and we're going to try to help them get that done. So altogether, there are about 50 people invited. And again, 27 showed up, 22 spoke. Their comments are each individually covered in the report that you can get, and I want to cover the summary. What we did is we took everybody's ideas from the morning, And we got into working groups in the afternoon to boil them down to project areas, topical items. And the 7 topical items have to do with principles, unity, internal organization, external outreach and messages, technology, training, and candidate recruitment. Now each of those then in turn is broken down in more detail, and these are not in the same order as the list I just read, but starting with unity, which is the overriding necessity for us to be successful. Here are some of the things that are hoped to be worked on. Enforce sanctions when non-unity brings endorsement of a Democrat. Put sanctions out. Share perspectives. Have transparency and debate. Listen and have input. This is for unity. Move on. Don't get hung up on something. Rules of order. Understanding mistakes and wrongs of the past. And stop slating and the divisiveness that it brings.
Here, here.
Okay. Now, I won't read you the whole list of names unless you'd really like to know who signed up for these things. But Mark Daniel, who's the head of the GOP unit in New Kent, 30 miles east of Richmond, I hope is going to shoulder the responsibility for running the unity group. He's a good man. Second topic is internal organization. Communications, outreach, messaging, coordination between groups at state, district, unit, and precinct levels, specific messaging. Now these are capsulized thoughts, which each take a lot of fleshing out. And media specialties, and training. Training to develop leadership at the unit level, precinct level, and individual. Some of these concepts will overlap from topic to topic. Identify and develop precinct captains, standardization of rules, principles, accountability, RPV creed, candidate support, financial vetting process for district and local financial vetting, and data compilation. And hopefully Nick Freitas, who is the head of the Culpeper Republican Committee, who's a good thinker and a hard charger, will take that topic on. The third one is external and outreach messaging. Identify specific organizations and minority groups, such as ethnic groups. Who, what, where. Identify their issues and join early, establish ongoing relations. Develop appropriate targeted Republican answers to their problems. Now you can see where the work comes in on this. Community, local issues. Make conservative cool, being cool to be conservative, and positive. Be authentic. Show them how they benefit. Financially support GOP outreach efforts like young Republicans, college Republicans, ethnic groups, media, ads, etc. Find a champion for the cause who will continue the message within the constituent group. So you get it out to the underlying group and you get somebody to keep working on it for you out there. Get into the communities. Get into the youth organizations. Collaborate as appropriate non-politically with scouting, heritage, 4-H, Boys and Girls Clubs. Start young. High school community service credit. Do we develop a program with the schools? And at the top of the list there are 6 people on that list, including myself, is Bruce Jagger, who runs the Richmond Tea Party. And notice some of these are GOP leaders and some of these are Tea Party leaders. The fourth is candidate recruitment. Start early, at the least 1 to 2 years out. Develop good candidates. Vet them thoroughly. Encourage candidate recruitment from a broader base. Sometimes we're too inbred. Find people, put people in from the outside. Place candidates in every district to run against Democrats. Fill all vacant seats first, then look for challengers. Don't trash an imperfect candidate. Stay united. Establish support for chosen candidates. Develop a farm team. And then the votes move up from there. And the leader for that hopefully will be Kathy Crockett, who leads the Women's Republican Club of Gruber. She's got 3 other people there, including Ben Sloan, who's my number 2 guy on the district committee, and who is in Grassroots to work with her. Fifthly, principles. Foundation, the RPV Creed, 6 points that are very, very valid and core of Dave Pratt's campaign. And the Constitution. Identify and frame issues in a positive way. Have actual enforcement of principles. Don't be a hypocrite. Truth. Make them run on their record. Morality. And connect principles with consequences in public and private life. And leading that hopefully will be Don Blake, who is the head of the Virginia Christian Alliance. He's neither a GOP leader or a Tea Party leader, but he leads an earnest faith-based group. Sixth is technology. Analyze voter data. We can do a lot with our votes and other statistics that are available. Use social media for message targeting, data sharing and accessibility, building voter database, not conflicting databases, but a good, solid, central database. Get out the vote. Robocalls, emails, texts. Fourth Amendment, privacy, sovereign individuals. Tracking polls, very important to catch the trends. Staying up to date with technology, technology is expanding exponentially. It's very difficult to stay up with technology. And use constant contact. I lead a Tea Party group in Louisa, and we use constant contact to put our newsletter out. We can tell who's read it, and they can respond to us. It costs us $15 a month. Now the project leader for that, and he is very technologically oriented, is Ben Sloan. He was the first vice chair of our district committee and my number 2 guy. He does a lot of work with me. And the last is training. We talked about Chris Goss, his 2.5-hour sessions on growing the volunteer base with Grassroots and turning out voters. Very, very critical. Those are my 2 main goals for my term as district chair. Grassroots equals new Republicans plus existing Republicans. Train and define precinct captains. Have workshops for all Republican women's clubs at victory centers. And I believe there's a function coming up August 26th for the women's Republican clubs. Okay? American Majority are online seminars, and you can learn via your internet. Heritage Action, good group, can be supportive to us. Educate voters on value of primaries versus conventions, and there's a lot of debate there. And Center for Self-Governance, or the FACL, there are courses you can take. I've taken 2. There are 5 courses from the Center for Self-Governance. Some people are already ready to take 5. One beautiful thing about them is you take the course, which costs increasingly, $40 for the first, $50 for the second, $60 for the third. It moves up, but you can audit and retake any course. Before I go on to 3, since I've been away from it for as long as I have, I'm going to re-audit number 2, get freshened up again. And there's work in there, assignments, things you have to do. But it's really good learning. And then lastly, appreciate success versus failure, and sharing and training. And the project leader is Fred Gruber for training. So we've got a lot of work to do. The report has acknowledgments. Let me read those. The report was prepared by Jim Burke and Linda Pierce of the Performance Measurement Group at Virginia Commonwealth University. So these are professional leaders, trainers, facilitators. Cost us a couple $1,000. The report was reviewed, edited, and approved by myself and Ben Sloan, And thanks are very much due to Bob Bailey for personally funding the facilitators. So I've gone through it quickly.